For the first time in human history, every sentient being on this planet is being threatened by the same crises.
There's a big price being paid for the things that we have in this country. There are 2 billion people living on $2 a day.
We are developing a society that has different classes of people who have fundamentally different experiences and don't interact with each other.
Since the world is getting hotter, which makes the ice melt, and the animals in like cold places like Alaska are dying.
My biggest concern is that our young people, that we give them enough information to understand the seriousness of what we have sadly left them with.
I think that when people look at the damage that the present constructs are doing, these are real issues that are killing children and that are hurting people.
In times of flux, there's a lot more things that are possible than in times when things are rigidly structured. When people start seeing that there are these different opportunities for a better world, those are attractive to them. But those attractors can only attract when people find out about them. So we started YES in 1996 in the basement of a rented house. And, you know, we were poor and sort of scrabbling together the resources we needed in order to just be able to pull together one issue at a time.
At that time, there were very few staff, very little money, and all we had was a vision.
I think the vision behind it then and still today is that another world is possible, that we can do far better than our society has been doing.
What we wanted to do was to understand that there were things wrong, things that needed to be changed, and then to help people find out how to change them.
There's so much in the media that's about no, and we want it to be something very different, and finding the things we can say yes to.
It's important for people to have an outlet that talks about alternative constructs. And obviously, Yes Magazine is in that business.
There are a lot of people doing fabulous work in the world, of all sorts. Every quarter we have a chance to get really in-depth on shifting the story in one area.
My favorite issue still remains sustainable happiness. I was impressed that they would treat something like happiness and well-being as news.
The website is every day. And that means every day as news events unfold, we can very quickly turn around a story with a yes take on what's happening today.
I love Yes This Week. I get it every Friday. No matter where I am, I travel a great deal, and it's got the summary of the week's news and a lot more. And there's always great articles in there. They're very different. There's all kinds of different approaches. Some of them on the environment, some of them on the economy, some of them on social issues. I like to be inspired.
I think today an awful lot of the ideas that we were talking about 15 years ago have become mainstream. If you ask Americans, do they think corporations have too much power? They say yes. If you ask them about local foods, they love it. 15 years ago, those were fringe ideas.
I think of our role increasingly as defining the new mainstream.
It's a community of people who read the magazine, who look at the articles on the web, who teach through our teachers program in classes.
Oftentimes, I find relief through Yes because it reminds me like there's lots of different ways to reach children.
I'm going to drink tap water, and I'm probably going to tell my mom not to buy bottled water anymore.
And if you want the truth, take a piece of paper and start making a list of all the people you know who are caring, compassionate, and who want to make a contribution to their community. And I find when I make that list, it is a very, very long list.
What Yes does is to say, what is it that we really want as human beings? We often find that not only do we come up with answers, but that people all over the country and all over the world are coming up with answers.
You can have a prospering economy and a prospering community that's healthy and a healthy environment. I was really excited when I learned that you could have all of that.
And that's why Yes Magazine is so critically important, you know, to realize, oh my goodness, there's people doing this all over the world, and it just gives you this sense of we can keep ourselves moving in a direction that might win.
We find ordinary people who are heroes, who are not normally getting seen and not normally getting recognized. And I think part of the reason for doing that is an invitation to each and every person out there to be part of this, because that's what's going to make the difference.